This is West Michigan's Morning News. Steve Kelly, Brett Makita, Lauren Smith. Late last week, Small Business Administration issued an interim final rule and a new Paycheck Protection loan forgiveness application. Listen, that's kind of over my head. So, and this has happened for like the last 7 months. Mary Kay Shaver's back, Varnum partner and public finance and corporate finance attorney. There's help out there, but it's not really necessarily always easy to find. Talk to us a little bit about what the SBA did, Small Business Administration, and what we can do to get a hold of it.
Yes, it is great news for borrowers that have a loan of $50,000, and that's including any affiliates, so if there are sister companies or subsidiaries. But for those borrowers that have loans outstanding of $50,000 or less, the SBA has greatly simplified the loan process. There's a new application called Form 3508S. And basically, all you need to do is fill in your little bit of information about your loan, the date, amount, SBA number, things like that, and the forgiveness amount, and make some certifications and provide documentation for your payroll. And that is all you need to do. You no longer have, the best part of this is that there's no longer any workforce or wage and salary reduction considerations. The SBA has completely waived those for loans of $50,000 or less.
Yeah.
So this is now a one-page application instead of a multiple-page application. So it's great news. I would like to just highlight that you still are bound by the 60% payroll requirement, and if you are an owner or self-employed individual or partner, if you're using an 8-week covered period, your salary is capped at $15,385, and if you're using a 24-week covered period, it's capped at $20,833.
Walk us back through the 60% rule then.
Yes, the 60% rule states that you have to use at least 60% of your PPP funds on payroll. It's a very broad definition and can include benefits, and at least 60%. You can use more, but at least 60%, and then your forgiveness amount also has to be at least 60% payroll. You can use all of your forgiveness amount or for payroll, or you can use up to 40% for non-payroll expenses.
Wow. So it although it is simpler, it does seem still that the business manager has to be essential during this time period.
Yes, and you still do need to file the application. But again, it's a one-pager versus a 3 or 4-pager.
So,
and you don't have to, if you were forced to lay off somebody during this period, you do not have to take that into consideration on your forgiveness application.
and what's the time period now for this new rule that I believe started last Thursday?
Yep. It was issued last Thursday. And so you can file a forgiveness application up until your loan is due, but most people want to file it sooner rather than later because there is a deferral period for interest and principal. So if you file your forgiveness application, then that continues until you get a decision from the SBA.
Put this in the podcast section at woodradio.com. So get this, if you're not the one that makes those decisions, to the person that does in your company. Varnum partner and public finance and corporate finance attorney, and very good at her job, Mary Kay Shaver. Thanks for your time today.
Thanks. Always a pleasure.